What's up, guys and gals? It's Messy Hair Griever here, bringing you guys chapter 1011 of One Piece. One Piece chapter 1011 review. Let's get underway with this one because everybody was right. Everybody called it. I don't think there's a single YouTuber that did not call this. That when the clouds formed, yada yada yada, at the beginning of this chapter, that a new homie was going to be made in place of Zeus. The way Prometheus was talking, how Zeus betrayed him in Whole Cake and was part of Nami, blah, blah, blah. And this will give the opportunity for once again, because I've also seen a lot of people, I think it was both Tekking and Roger's Base, if I remember correctly, both said that Nami still needs that power-up. Zeus eventually has to go back to Nami, and this is actually a great way to do it. Not that they constantly have to run from Big Mom and constantly Zeus come back, that Nami is going to need that power-up. It was a great power-up, and for her to get a different power-up after that one just seems sort of off-putting, seems odd. But this, it keeps her as a glass cannon, but she's finally living up to the canon part of that with Zeus being part of her power-up. So this, it's sort of a double whammy here. We get Prometheus and Big Mom pissed at Zeus and his uselessness, according to them, and she creates a new homie. She creates Hera, both a wife and in Greek mythology and stuff, is both sister and wife of Zeus. Not exactly the nicest person as far as Greek mythology goes, but if you watch the Disney adaptation, Hera is a very lovely person. So, that being said, so Hera is made. We don't really see her full force, but she packs a wall, bitch, like, boom! So Kid and Killer go flying. They're all back into the castle of Onigashima because blows a gaping hole through Onigashima, and Kid and Killer are sent flying through. This is where Kid doesn't, at first I was like, okay, Kid and Killer, they got knocked out pretty good. But it's no, he lost concentration because they did take the blast, and they're sort of like in the rubble going, shit, man, that hurt. Like, wow, look at all this sort of idea, right? It's like, well, she's not coming after us. Where did she go? It's like, well, she made a really big hole. She probably still doesn't exactly know which angle she flew us at, right? So new homie, Hera, everybody called that. Pretty cool. And then Zeus was going to go try to find Mama because, of course, like, Kid's concentration sort of lapsed, and so the box fell apart, the cage that Zeus was in. So we jump back to the rooftop, and that's where Law basically said, okay, room, I'm going to take Zoro and Zeus with me here, Straw Hat, and myself. If you can do it, you do what you do, man. And then, bang, and they're gone. So that's fine and dandy. I'm still under the impression Zoro's going to show back up at the rooftop in the end. I think that Law is going to, because we see that Law is already, it looked almost like he was going to start treating him. Law is going to treat Zoro, and Zoro's not down and out. This is not the end of Zoro in this fight. If it is, I will be sort of disappointed. Not that Zoro hasn't shown feat after feat after feat for not being the MC. Sure, Luffy has shown just as many feats, if not more impressive feats so far in this arc. But I would argue that Zoro, being not the main character and who was sitting out for like an arc and a half here, finally got some badass, like, if this is the end, I won't be disappointed necessarily, but I still think Zoro's going to show back up. So they leave. And then we get Kaido versus Luffy again. And I like the fact that Kaido is once again recognized. Remember, Kaido is slowly starting to respect Luffy. Unlike Big Mom, Kaido is looking for the worthy opponent. Kaido enjoys the fight. He really enjoys the fight. So when he was looking at Luffy and he saw the symbolism of people who could use Conqueror's Haki to fight him, he is like, you think you can stand up with them? Well then, come on, Straw Hat, let's do it. That's why he at the beginning of this arc, that's why he let Straw Hat go all out on him. That's why Luffy went all out, and then he finally got up and went, No, it's sorry, it's not good enough. It's not good enough, Straw Hat. There's too many conquerors and none of you are good enough, sort of idea. Right here, he says a line where he basically says, well, seems like you're enjoying this fight, Straw Hat. And the more you enjoy it, the wider your smile gets. And the more you enjoy the fight, the wider, right? And it's just like, all right, see, so Luffy's smiling, Kaido's smiling, they're enjoying this struggle of wills. They're enjoying the fight for the fight's sake. And so Kaido's actually enjoying himself. He is hoping he's found another worthy opponent. And that is really good. And it also explains why Kaido would also go forth, not just to destroy Whitebeard and the crew, but because Whitebeard was a worthy opponent for him. Kaido's bored. Remember, he jumps off Sky Islands and gets drunk for fun because he's so goddamn bored all the time. He wants to start a war so he can have the fight. He's all about the fight. So this is really interesting. I really like this. But then we do jump away from them. And then we get, I was going to skip over this, but let's talk about a supernova in particular. Let's talk about one of the weakest supernovas that everyone gave a W to against Zoro and Luffy and Law. The guy who, yeah. So everybody who said Hawkins, sorry guys, Basil Hawkins is not Christopher Walken. He is not a W. He's not even a D. He's an L. He's a Lawkins. And I feel bad for saying that because it's got law in the name. Hawkins sucks, guys. Hawkins sucks. He's not that strong. He's got a cheat code for 99 lives. That's the only reason he's not already dead. Right? So, it's so funny. It's so funny because now with the Rooftop Gang, everybody's now ranked the supernovas. There's the Rooftop Gang and then there's everybody below that, right? That's how people have started ranking the supernovas. And I'm just sitting back remember when everybody said that Zoro lost to Hawkins? Yeah. I remember who you were. I wasn't one of those. I called you a bunch of weebs and plebs. But, we're all weebs. But, yeah, so... Yeah, no, Hawkins shows up to try to fight Kid and Killer, and they're like, are you kidding me right now? You really think you can fight one? We're part of the Rooftop Gang. Law kicked your ass. Zoro didn't try. Actually, Zoro killed you 3 times, or Luffy did, and you used a cheat code to survive, 3 deaths. So, whatever. And now he's going to try to fight against Kid and Killer, and he's just and Kid even calls him a traitor, and Hawkins just goes, you see, the probability, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, you know what, I don't care. And Killer just goes, you know what, Kid, Captain, you go on and go find Big Mom. You go take care of that. And he goes, because I'm going to handle this guy. And I'm just like, of course you can. Killer, first off, better design, cooler looking, and part of the Rooftop Gang. Rooftop Gang supernovas are all stronger 1v1 than any of the other supernovas. I am confident in saying that. The 5 strongest supernovas were on the roof. Nobody else can touch them. Not that this won't be a hard-won fight for Killer. I'm not saying that, especially since he's already been battered and beaten and he was up against 2 Yonko like the rest of them. But that's what's making this battle actually fair, in my opinion. Killer's not at full strength, Hawkins is, and Killer's still going to kick his ass. That's the only reason it makes it fair, though. Otherwise, it'd be a one-shot deal. Sonic Scythe, boom, gone. So this is where they basically say, so I have a 92% probability of winning, I will play my role in the tragedy that is you, Killer. And, Killer's just you still relying on that fortune-telling crap of yours. I'm going to kick your ass. And I love how Hawkins, he's going into his full form. He's got the straw doll thing going on. He goes, you can only wish for luck, Killer. And Killer's just screw you and your luck. I'm not wishing for anything. I'm just going to kick your ass. I love it because he's like, yes, but the cards tell me, you know what? Fuck you and your cards. How about that? Why don't you come at me instead of relying on your numbers game? How about you come and fight me? And we'll see who stands at the top. Killer got game. Hawkins sucks, guys. I never liked Hawkins. I don't like Hawkins because everybody gave him a W over Zoro, which was totally false, totally incorrect. The facts are the facts. I even reviewed that chapter. It's still on my channel. I reviewed those chapters, and I just pointed out the literal facts, and I'm like, how is this a W? It wasn't even a fight. So how you get a W out of it is beyond me. But people giving Hawkins a W made me actually hate him a lot more. The community made me dislike Hawkins. He was always neutral to me. And now with his cockiness, when all he's done is lose and use a Game Shark, I don't get it. So anyways, we move on from there, and now we're jumping over to Usopp. People are not going to like this second half of the chapter. I freaking love it. I absolutely love this part of the chapter because we get Nami and Usopp being their usual selves, being like, we know, it's why don't you just give up? And instead of Luffy I don't know how to give up, and Zoro I'll die first. and that kind of idea. But Nami and Usopp just, we don't want to die, God sakes, when you leave us alone, and I'm just like, okay. I mean, that fits well within their characters. Like, why don't you just give up? Because we don't want to die, you idiot. So they're still running away from Page One. Page One is still chasing them, and Nami and Usopp are trying everything. But I'm surprised with some of Usopp's more powerful techniques, though he does say, like, all my abilities are ranged. Now, this is going to be great in Elbaf. When we get Elbaf, Usopp is going to have a close quarters combat ability, sort of like Uryu gained like the lightsaber sort of idea in Bleach sort of idea. Usopp is now showing that, yeah, Usopp has some strength. Is he as strong as Page One? Probably not, but he should be able to do some damage. Usopp isn't that weak either. But here we're seeing the limitations that all his abilities would have friendly fire because he's all about the range, which is his thing. He's a sniper. That's great, but this is going to probably push him into Elbaf. I really can see a scene where he's like, yeah, I could have taken care of Page One had he not always gotten so close, but he was too fast and he always closed the distance. I couldn't really do very much to help anybody. All my abilities are meant for long range. I need a technique. I need at least one surefire, powerful move that I can use in close combat. So that'll be really cool because in Elbaf, of course, they're all fighting with swords and axes and stuff. It's all about the close combat. So maybe that would be a good storyline for Usopp, hopefully. Because I don't buy into that 5-year crap because now we're down to 4 and I don't see One Piece ending in the next 4 years. So that's just me. But we'll have to wait and see. So that being said, that it is very interesting because they can't really get Page One off. They keep whacking him and stuff and it's just like, nope, they can't do it. Tama, of course, is like, it's my job to turn as many of them into allies. I love the fact they finally bring it up, they confirm it, but we all knew it. Smile users can be controlled by the Dongo because they were used with the animal fruit, because it's a smile fruit. They basically confirm what everybody has hoped and everybody has assumed, that true zones cannot be controlled by the Dongo. There we go. Real devil fruits can't be controlled. Kaido can't be controlled. Chopper can't be controlled. It's only smile users. Page One can't be controlled. This makes a whole lot of sense. It limits the OP-ness of her power. She can control true animals and artificial devil fruit users. That's fine and dandy. It makes total sense, and I'm good with that, Now, of course, they do manage to shake him off for a moment because Usopp does end up using flower fireworks. And they're all like, damn, be careful. And he goes, I'm sorry, like, my weapon is only meant for long range, but I've got to do something here. And so he takes a gamble, he attacks him, exploding pine cones and everything, but Page One is still not completely down for the count. It's like, oh man, like, this guy is really strong. And actually, this is a good matchup to have Usopp against one of the Topiropo, because it really does showcase him versus, it's within his tier base. It's within his tier base that he wouldn't be able to take them out very easily. And this is where Usopp is the one who confirms that the Kibi Dongo won't work on him because he's not a smile user. So it's only the smile stuff. Now, this is where Big Mom just randomly shows up. And I freaking love this. This is where people are going to be upset. It wasn't that first part. I think that first part is pretty good. People are going to be upset here because Big Mom's rampaging. They're all like, oh shit, Usopp, Nami, they're all like, But Tama not realizing. And Big Mom's like, huh? Catbird, long nose, Straw Hat members. And then Tama's like, Lin. And then Big Mom, oh, Tama, how you doing, dear? And I'm just like, this makes sense. Like, people are going to argue that this doesn't make sense. I think it makes sense well within her character. Because it happens so often in fiction and different media tellings where you don't forget your memories from before, right? Like people who have amnesia and then they get a bunch of memories, and they end up getting different memories with different people sort of idea. When they're confronted with their real memories again, it doesn't take away from the fact of it doesn't erase the memories they gained while they had amnesia. Now, their personality, depending on how long, now for Big Mom, it wasn't long, but she had some very good memories of Tama. So of Otama and Kinemon's wife, I forget her name. Suru, I believe it is. And this makes total sense that she wouldn't like want to attack her. She was nothing but nice to her. She was just like, oh, you look so pretty. Here, have some food, have some the red bean paste stuff, and it's just like, oh, well, thank you very much, dear. So, and she's just a child. Like, Big Mom isn't exactly like that, So it makes total sense. Now Prometheus is pissed, going, not good. It's Mama's mothering mode, which I think is sort of honestly, that one dialogue box is sort of taking away from it, because it's implying that if it was Suru there, if it was Tsuru, Kinemon's wife there, and said, oh, Linlin, how have you been, dear? That Big Mom would not have also gone, oh, Tsuru, thank you very much for the clothes. Like, I really appreciate, you feeding me and stuff. Like, the fact Prometheus line sort of takes away from that whole thing. Like, I believe Big Mom would have acted in the exact same fashion had it not just been a small child, had it been Tsuru. I believe that, 100%. So, I don't know what you guys think, but I think that one line is that she likes girls under the age of 10 and everything. Well, we saw how she treated Pudding and stuff, so I don't know about that. Like, Pudding didn't exactly have a nice childhood growing up with Big Mom and stuff, so the whole she's motherly up until the age of 10, like, that line is really screwing me up, so I don't buy into that one. I'm just sort of ignoring that one, and I'm going with my headcanon on this one. So, because she goes, oh, Tama, what are you doing in a scary place like this? I was worried about you, Linlin. You vanished when we got to Udon. And they're just like, you guys, Nami and Usopp, you guys are friends? Oh my god, thank shit. Because we're going to die. And she's smiling and says, I want to thank you for looking back. So Big Mom acknowledges she knows she lost her memory. She remembers that she had amnesia. This is vital because she just says, because remember, in Big Mom's mind, that would have been an opportunity. I don't think she'd attack Chopper either. That's the thing. I don't think she'd attack Chopper right away. Maybe she'd do it begrudgingly, like, I know you helped me when we had amnesia, but you're still part of that Straw Hat crew. I'll give you one chance to surrender sort of idea. She might have that attitude, but I don't think she'd immediately want to attack Chopper either, because she remembers, knows, and can probably figure, hey, in my weakened state, they could have taken full advantage of me in some way. They could have tried to kill me. They could have tried to do this. They could have tried to do that, and they didn't. So maybe she's acknowledged that too. I'm not sure, because here she just says, I want to thank you for looking after me, like I really appreciate when I had amnesia. And Thomas like, wow, you got your memories back, Linlin? That's awesome, that's great. And she goes, well, I'll never forget the flavor of the the red bean paste soup and that poor Osuru gave me in Okabura Town. It was so tasty, thank you so much. And Tama just looks down and goes, what? It's just that, well, Okabura Town, it's been destroyed, it's gone. And she's like, gone? Well, you see, everybody lied to protect the samurai and keep the raid a secret. And we see, I believe that's supposed to be Hold'em in there somewhere. Maybe not. It's sort of got a foxtail look to him. But anyways, there's just flames and everything in the background. It says the town was burnt to the ground because they said that they ate all the stolen food and everything like that. And so they burned the whole place to the ground and everything. Rebel scum, torch the houses. You rebel scum, we're Imperial stormtroopers. We might not have good aim, but we know how to burn things down. So that's what happened there. And then Big Mom's just like, wait, what? And then just remembering Osuru, giving up her food and saying, my goodness, this looks so good on you, Linlin, and really, and like dressing them up and playing, and the entire town is executed and burned. And we see Tama holding back, but she's looking down and she's crying and everything. And Big Mom's just like, you made my friend cry. Like, once again, it's hilarious to see Big Mom so on the side of like the whole Straw Hat friend thing. Like, that's my nakama. What did you do? Like, I'm getting like Luffy Arlong vibes here. Like, Big Mom's just like Luffy in this case, like, which one of you is Arlong? Like, why are you attacking me? You made my navigator cry. It's pretty straightforward. Like, I don't need a better reason than that. You have to understand that. And here, Big Mom's like the same idea. It's like, wait, so you're telling me that Kaido's underlings are responsible for burning down the town that helped me? The nice people in that town that helped me when I was sick? And she's just like, that showed me such good hospitality. They had no reason to. They're poor people. They didn't have enough food to feed themselves, but they gave me food, And she's just like, oh, man. And then, page 1 comes back, and he's like, it's curtains for you. Big Mom, great timing. Don't let them escape. I'm finally going to get you. And Big Mom's just like, you ungrateful ingrates. The pirate world may be a cruel place, but there are still standards. Boom! Conqueror hockeyed up, Armin hockey up. I'm not sure. There's Black Lightning, there's Black Fist. She just like, boom, there goes page 1. One shot across the field. And I'm just like, good on you, Big Mom. Big Mom's not taking... We knew this pirate alliance was going to crumble, and this is actually a fantastic way to make it crumble. It really is, because this is going to crumble down. Big Mom hates this, and they're like, wait, what is Big Mom doing there? And Zeus is like, oh, good, they're alive and everything. And so now Ulti has shown up. So Ulti has shown up and see that page 1 was completely one shot. I mean, we know that was a one shot. We freaking know that. There is a break next week, but totally one shotted here. And it's just like, Big Mom is pissed, and I'm just like. Well, a lot of people are going to be unhappy that she would turn on Kaido that quickly, but remember, she holds no love for any of Kaido's crew, except for King. She's very interested in King, but she holds no interest in any of Kaido's underlings. They're on a loose-based alliance at best, and she has a certain level of respect and endearment towards Kaido himself, but these people showed her nothing but kindness. For years here. Not for years, but she has only good memories of these people. And they went and burned down their town for no good reason as far as Big Mom's concerned. And she's just like, there was no reason to do that. There was no reason to burn down their homes. There was no reason to take that town out in her mind. Big Mom's like, the pirate world might be cruel, and we do a lot of bad and cruel things, but there are still standards. You don't just do wanton destruction for the sake of destruction. You are there to gain something, acquire something. You burn down their town for nothing. And that, nope, boom. And I'm just like, all right, good on Big Mom. People are not going to like this. I know the community is not going to like this with Big Mom's change here. And I do. I think it makes total sense for a character. First off, it sets up, I've already explained it all. If you guys don't agree with me at this point, nothing I say at this point is going to convince you. But I just it has happened in every other version of an amnesia character who has their memories, who forms new memories during their amnesia, and then gains their memories back. Whether villain or hero, they eventually gain their memories back, and during that time, they don't forget their amnesia memories. And that makes them hesitate to do things they might have done without the amnesia memories. It's just the way it works. It's always worked that way. It makes total sense in this story and in this context. Big Mom, why the hell would she want to hurt or attack the people that treated her with such kindness? Unnecessarily, and Big Mom knows this. Big Mom knows that they didn't have to do anything they did, but they treated her with kindness. They were poor, they did and had no reason to do it. Especially if she's connecting these dots already. I'm sure Big Mom realizes that one of the Straw Hats, Chopper, was there and could have said, no, don't help her. We need to ensnare her, capture her, do something. Don't help her. She's Big Mom of the Yonko. Yeah, she's like a Kaido. That could have happened. If Big Mom has stopped and thought about it for a second, she probably realizes that too. Is that easily none of that had to happen, but it did. And they were very nice to her. Why would they, Big Mom might be a tyrant as Big Mom the Yonko, but because she's a pirate, and once again, Straw Hats are the exception to what being a pirate is, not the rule. But even she, as she says, sort of has a bit of a standard here, wanting destruction for the sake of wanting destruction, no, that doesn't fly with her. So I really like this. I think this is fantastic. This is a great way to have Big Mom sort of, now the tides have turned because we've separated Big Mom and Kaido, and now Big Mom's not going to be too much of a factor quite yet, because now it's all about Kaido versus Luffy now. So this is going to be extremely interesting. I honestly think that Kaido will get defeated here, but Big Mom might not be now. Because Big Mom might eventually, Tama might get in the way and say, oh, Lin, please, 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 please. And Big Mom might finally go, like, it might be a hesitation thing with her. I don't know. But I can see Big Mom just going, you know what? Fine, we'll leave today. It doesn't mean that when we see each other again that I won't try to destroy the Straw Hats or anything. But you've stopped this battle today. I owe you that much, little one, sort of idea. I can see that. Big Mom almost has a very thin code of honor, it seems. And it doesn't not fit with her character. I'm good with it. What do you guys think? Like, comment, and subscribe as always. It's always very much appreciated. Don't forget to drink responsibly as always. And we will see you guys back here next time for chapter 1012. This chapter was actually very, very good. I definitely enjoyed it, especially with Big Mom's character, as you guys can tell. Honestly, I like Big Mom a lot more now. This is giving her some character development, and I like it. So, thank you guys so much for watching. See you next time.